Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Movie Micah. 2021 was actually a really great year for movies in my opinion, and in this video I'm going to rank all the films I saw that were released in 2021 from worst to best. Share your top 5 down below in the comment section if you want to. And now, let's get started with my list. Christmas Again, pretty much exactly what you'd expect when you hear there's a Disney Channel made Groundhog Day style Christmas movie. It takes skill to make a movie this hard to watch. Earwig and the Witch. I'm really sorry for defending this when it came out. The film is absolutely horrendous, and indeed worse than Spirited Away. Really bad movie in every way. Eternals is basically like Captain Marvel, which is already pretty bad, except there's 10 of her, and there's no entertainment value. A disgrace to the MCU. Tom and Jerry, a really annoying, obnoxious movie with a boring story, but what makes it unwatchable is all the bad music they kept playing for some reason. Raya and the Last Dragon, another lazy attempt by Disney Animation that I forgot about completely, but Disney redeemed themselves with another one later in 2021. Yes Day. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I didn't expect anything great, but it was still pretty disappointing. But I will still watch the sequels because they have potential. The Matrix Resurrections, a fantastic first 20 minutes with a really boring middle and a garbage ending. Should have been great, but just wasn't. The Dig. I don't care. In the Heights. This reminded me why I don't watch that many musicals. In the Heights was way too long and didn't even have music that I really liked. Luca, a sadly mediocre Pixar film that never wowed me at all and felt more like something DreamWorks or even Illumination would make. Not bad, but not good. F9. I am officially a defender of Fast and Furious 5 through 9. This wasn't bad at all. It was stupid, but exactly what it was supposed to be. Free Guy, a decently fun movie that borrows ideas from The Truman Show and the Lego Movie, but simply doesn't do them as well. Home Sweet Home Alone. Honestly, the best Home Alone sequel we've ever gotten. Really a pretty funny, decent reboot that I might recommend. The Tragedy of Macbeth, one of the most stylistically and visually distinct movies I've ever seen. Impressively unique, but just a little lifeless sometimes. A Quiet Place Part 2, a pretty good sequel, but doesn't fully live up to what the first set up. If we get a good third film, then this movie did its job, but if we get a bad third film, there shouldn't have been any sequels. Godzilla vs. Kong does everything it should do with the action and excitement, but still suffers from the awful human characters. Black Widow, a good fine new MCU movie, but not one we needed in 2021 after we saw Natasha's entire character arc already. Yelena is a good new character though. The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's style explodes out of this movie. The characters are all funny and enjoyable, but the gore is disgustingly over the top for me. The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Sony Animation has improved so much, it's really cool to see another movie with the energy of the Lego Movie, and that's what this movie gives us. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. With some of the best action in the MCU, Shang-Chi is a really entertaining movie, but it also took the mystical parts of the world too far for it to be part of the same world. I'm still happy to see this character show up in the future. Encanto. Really impressive movie with great ideas, themes, characters, and music, but does have some mediocre Disney messaging. It's easily the best thing they've made in recent years though. No Time to Die, the first full James Bond movie I saw, but it somehow gave a fantastic conclusion to a franchise and character that I've never really cared about. Tick Tick Boom. Andrew Garfield never disappoints. Judas and the Black Messiah. I forgot about this movie for a while, but I do remember it being perfectly directed and acted. It's also really effective by the end. Ghostbusters Afterlife, the funniest movie of the year and one of my favorite theater experiences. And actually my favorite in the Ghostbusters franchise. Don't Look Up. The questionable directing choices by Adam McKay are immediately redeemed by the intriguing story, the great comedy, and the phenomenal cast, who all do a great job. I didn't think I'd be seeing this, but I'm really glad I did. West Side Story. This was quite the year for musicals, but this one might just be the best. This is exactly what I would want from a Steven Spielberg directed West Side Story, if it weren't for Ansel Elgort, who I just think was the wrong choice. Batman The Long Halloween Parts 1 and 2. Both of these were shockingly great. With most of the DC animated films I've seen, something always seemed so off, But with these, the animation was good, the voice acting was on point, the story was engaging, and the payoff was awesome. It's really everything the other DC animated films aren't. I was super impressed with these films, and I definitely recommend them. Cruella. It's not the best thing ever made, but for a while, this was my #1 most rewatchable movie. It's finally a live-action Disney film with a new story to tell, and I really enjoyed it. Simply a really fun time. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Everything I wanted from a DC event film. Watching this as its own movie instead of comparing it to the 2017 disaster was even better. Each member of the Justice League is introduced and developed well, and they all have their own moment to shine. It's epic and engaging for 4 hours straight, and I truly never wanted to skip past anything or stop watching. Easily the best DC movie of all time for me. Dune. Now these top two are pretty much tied, but let's talk about Dune. It is a fully investing experience that traps you inside its world and gets you really excited for the continuation of the story. It's just like Blade Runner 2049 to me, where it seems like it might be boring, but it never is because of how much there is to explore in the world of it. Only Denis Villeneuve can do that. That's why he's my favorite filmmaker. Then we have SpiderMan No Way Home, which is great because of the callbacks, the loyalty to the past characters and franchises, and because it finally gives Tom Holland's Peter Parker an amazing arc. And also, no movies will ever get bigger cheers from audiences than Endgame or No Way Home. I'm so glad movies like these exist, where they give fans exactly what they want, and it works. It's really perfectly done in my opinion. So that was my ranking of every movie I saw from 2021. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.